yourself an intro.
Alrighty, welcome to the very first ever Pastor Ponage stream. Alright, we'll have a little fun here. Let's give you a little opening. Gaming from a Christian perspective. Okay. Now, like I said before in my description, just because I'm a Christian, the name implies I am a gamer, and I also am a pastor. For those of you wondering, I got the name from my youth group because I was playing them a game of Halo, and I kept poning them, and so they called me Pastor Ponage. I am joined tonight by a couple of my closest friends here, one of which is Fist of Konshu. Go ahead and say hi.
Hello.
All right, and also have one of my other best friends. His online handle is Zealous. Say hi.
Oh, hello, hello.
All right, that's Zealous right there. Okay, so tonight we're going to go through the Virtual Boy library, which is going to be a very interesting thing, let me tell you. To give you an idea of the Virtual Boy, here's the logo for the Virtual Boy. Now, this came out, and when I remember we were kids, I remember my brother and I, we got it when we were at Target. And we got the system and all the games for about $30 probably total. And we sold it for $80 later, and now it's worth like $300, and it makes me sad every time I think about it. But that's just kind of the way it goes. But kind of give you an idea what the Virtual Boy looks like. Here's what the set looked like. This is the set. It had a little visor here with a little stand. You could stick your hand. Yeah, actually, you could buy a head strap separate if you wanted to, which I don't know why you'd ever want to like do this on the go. You'd look like you're from like the Back to the Future age of the 2020 or something.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, serious nostalgia on that one. But it had a little controller, which the controller is very unique. Here, I'll zoom on the controller here. With the controller, it was weird because it had two directional pads. There was two directional pads, a select and start button, a B and A button, and then there was also a back right and back left button. Now,
it was basically a precursor to the dual analog setup.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of ahead of its time in that point because it was, other than the whole 3D thing, which there wasn't a single 3D game console since the 3DS. So I mean, that kind of tells you what's going on with that. But yeah, it had dual D-pads, which is kind of cool, and it wasn't too bad. I remember being pretty ergonomic. I remember not hurting my hands really too much. Here is the look when you look into it. This is what it looks like.
No seizures, we promise.
Yeah, no seizures. Don't worry. I'm not going to worry about that right now. When you look into it, there was basically the screens would be set apart in a certain way to give you the effect of 3D, kind of like the 3DS does. And yes, if you looked in it for way too long in the darkness, you'd come out and you'd have major headaches if you weren't careful. It does do that. So you really have to be careful with that kind of stuff. Actually, what we're going to be doing here, I actually have 3 commercials I have managed to find online. This is what I'm going to show you is the very first Virtual Boy commercial. The first one. Watch.
It came from the third dimension with its own brain, its own voice, its own legs. There's only one problem.
Eat your heart out, Terminator.
Your eyes.
Let's see, these were the things we sat back and watched in the days of Blockbuster Video.
Boy, see it now in 3D.
Good old 80s commercials. Gotta love them. Oh, man. Alright, well, actually, late 80s, early 90s to be technical. Alright, the next one is the very first commercial that was after that was the original advertising for it. This is the first commercial. Whoa, it's 3D!
Enter the unique world of virtual gameplay with Nintendo Virtual Boy. The first three-dimensional stereo immersive 32-bit video game system ever. Virtual Boy is so advanced it can't be viewed on conventional TV or LCD screens. Virtual Boy comes with the Mario's Tennis
32
Game
bullets made
Pack,
our heads explode.
featuring a three-dimensional court with depth that only Virtual Boy can deliver.
You think
Play
about how
singles or
expensive
doubles in
this
either
commercial
one or
would have been to
two-player
make with all
mode.
those 3D effects.
Nintendo Virtual Boy, a 3D game for a 3D world.
I forgot that this was actually the very first 32-bit system.
Wow.
I forgot about that. And also, I love how it said, no batteries included. Now, the thing is, though, it didn't come with an adapter. You had to buy the adapter separate to it.
Of course.
Which, you know, that's Nintendo for. You have to buy extra on everything. Well, of course, you know, everyone else followed suit. And here's the last one. This kind of showcases the games on the Virtual Boy.
All right.
He had the moves, the punches, the fire.
See, and this is
But there was
particularly
one
interesting.
thing
I actually never knew a whole lot about the Virtual Boy library. This is a console I never really call it a console. I know I never really got into this one, but I think there are a number of ports that you can probably recognize.
Virtual Boy, a 3D game
There you go,
for a
Mario
3D
Tennis.
world. Wanna play?
Yeah, so that was only about 6 games. I think in total, there's about 13 games released in the U.S. under the Virtual Boy name, and I think we owned about 9 of them. And so we had quite a few, and it was really fun. So what we're going to do...
only about 4 or 5 were worthwhile playing.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. Like, Red Alert, we'll get to that maybe another day. That game was just awful. But today, we're going to play Wario Land. Virtual Boy Wario Land. Actually, this is actually one of Wario's debuts in the whole video game series, is Virtual Boy's Wario Land. So let me do here, I'm going to get to the... get you to the streaming thing here, and let me get you to the oh, 1 second, it's not working. Give me just 1 second.
No problem.
Probably the reason they chose Wario is because if the game bombed, it wouldn't matter. Nobody liked Wario anyways.
It works out. Yeah, I don't know about the specific sales for Virtual Boy, but I know, oh goodness, during this time, I was spending my days on Sega and whatnot. This was the last thing I would have thought about.
And also, it's very important to realize here, when we're talking about 3D, it's very much like movie 3D, where like some of it's 3D and the rest of it's not.
Yeah.
You know.
Really it is.
Ooh, I'm pushing this spear into the camera.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the Wario Land, when I'm picking it first, it actually showed off some of the 3D effects the best on the series. Because I would actually argue that this is probably the best game on the series, which is why I'm starting with it.
I don't know. I like Telro boxing a lot.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was stinking hard, man.
Oh, it was. Stinking
hard. I think I only got like past the 3rd dude in that game is all I got past in that game. Anyway, so here we go. We're starting off here with Wario Land. Now, everything started off with the good old option screen saying, hey, you know, read the implement manual. Basically, don't play for too long or else you'll like kill yourself. And that doesn't actually say that, but might as well have said that. But you know, it had a little Virtual Boy icon at the very beginning. And so then you could choose the automatic pause option, which I never understood that was as a kid, and I still don't now. I don't see I don't know how you could automatically pause things. Maybe like if you
remember the automatic pause. What that was for is if you read in the booklet, I forget, it's like 25 minutes or something is all they recommended you play at a time.
Oh, and automatically pause it on you.
Automatically pause it at 25 minutes.
Oh.
You can go take a break and then come back and
take
play.
a rest. Take a rest.
That's akin to an early form of trolling. I mean,
well,
you
know, it's really bad when they won't even let you play for long periods of time. Like,
I'm gonna turn that off then.
Product, and we have to automatically pause it every 25 minutes. Yeah. Otherwise, you may get cancer.
All right. Well, here's the opening. The epic music intro. Plane flies by.
Feel suspense.
Then the music change. And it's just Wario sitting there with his thumbs up in a plane. That's the start screen.
I don't think he ever like rode in a plane for the rest of the game, did he?
Nope, he didn't.
Man.
All right, well, here, I'm going to show you the opening screen here. This is how you select your different save options. In this game, there was 3. What I want to show you here, I didn't actually play the game at all. All I did was like start the level and make sure the controls are working on my 360 controller, which I plugged in. It's as you go to the data clear option here, and you come out as a little Wario bomb, which is interesting. And then you hop over to if there's any like file you want to delete, like this one for example, I'm getting rid of it before we start it. And you go in, pop in, explode, it would drop, the bat would drop it, and a new one come in, and that's now a new save. Alright, so let's start the first level here. You get to see the intro, which makes no sense. Basically, just Wario sitting there snoozing with ducks in a pond.
Knuckles, he echidna much?
And then obviously the good old snot bubble while you're sleeping. And what I believe is either an otter or a beaver. I don't know what that thing is. It spits him with water. And then he sees in a distance some dudes. What looks like, you can't tell right now what they're carrying, but they're carrying something. Can you guys hear the sound effects okay?
Yeah, they're working.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright. And then you see what Wario always wants. He wants treasure. That's Wario's entire motivation in life, is treasure. It's been like that in every single game since. That's all he wants is treasure.
You would think the guy would want to defame Mario for having an upside-down M, but it's another story.
I really wanted to go get the treasure and didn't like him.
Konshu, did you ever own this one?
Yes,
Yeah, we own
we
this
did.
one.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
we
then the
own-
game starts.
This was one of the few that were worth playing.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Never beat it, though.
It was hard.
Very hard. Back in the day when games were hard. Anyways, you have your basic move forward, move right. You can hold on one of the triggers. It makes you run a little faster. You have your jump, which depending on how long you hold it, you jumped higher. And then you had charge, which was your main attack, was this. And you could do a charge jump if you wanted to, which was kind of fun. But to kind of give you an idea, the worst thing about this game, which I'll show you in a little bit, is it's kind of like the old Mario system. You know, if you had a fire flower and you get hit, you go all the way down to Little Mario. So but this game is nice and starts you off as Tall Wario. Oh, look at the 3D effects. The spike balls are coming at you.
Now, as an outsider looking in here, I can't help but wonder, because again, I don't have experience with the Virtual Boy myself. When you first played this, when you were first enjoying it, how are you comparing this like now to then? Like playing it on this screen compared to actually physically having like this visor on you, then
Honestly,
having a controller.
Honestly, I like this better. Seriously, like having to stick your head
Yeah,
in there,
I mean-
you had to like kind of crouch your neck, and it made it very annoying. Anyway, so here's the first enemy I've come across. Hey, watch this. Hey, look, it doesn't even hurt me. He just keeps jumping into me, and I'm not hurt. No damage, no nothing. This is the most, I remember as a kid, the most frustrating thing in this game. You don't know what can hit you and what can't hit you. Some things won't hurt you at all, other things will kill you. But
There's
anyways,
not a whole lot of feedback as to what hurts you and what doesn't.
yeah. So basically, you want to charge a dude and kill him. That gives you a coin. Send the little frog dude flying. Alright, we get a coin. Now, coins are basically serve no purpose in this game other than one purpose, is the in-between the levels, which you'll see in a second. The other currency in this game is hearts. Yes, that's right, there are two currencies in this game. There's coins and hearts. Coins you can use to buy stuff later on, and it goes for your overall score in the game. And it also has to do with your overall, like when you buy stuff. And also your hearts. Once you get 100 hearts, you get an extra life. I just got power up there. Now I have the Viking helmet. This makes it so where I know my charge is harder. But now I can now like kind of the good old Z drop like from Mario 64 is kind of the idea.
Huh, slick.
And then now plus with the Viking I can destroy the big blocks. Kind of how it works. And plus with the Viking you can come down and hit that. That's kind of the idea. And so basically you want to go around collecting everything. Now you may have noticed in the bottom right corner is a timer. Here's an example. Here's this bat. I can hit the bat, but if I hit that thing, it hurts me, it explodes, and it hurts. And the best thing is, if you don't collect an item, it won't disappear. It'll just sit there and wait for you.
Oh, crawling.
Yeah, if you go underneath something, it automatically puts you in crawl mode. You don't have to do it manually. Alright, now here's the 3D moment of the game, as I'm going to call it. In the Wario game, they have all these jumping platforms, and in the game, the background would be in 3D from the front part, and you can jump on the platform and jump to the background. Now you're little Wario. Going back here and doing different blocks. Oh, also, I suggest doing this, is breaking all the blocks at once and going back and collecting it. It's way faster. What you'll find is, there's hidden areas like this door here. Here's a little door. And this is what the game that's the most frustrating part that people don't understand. You cannot access the final boss unless you find all the treasures. And they don't tell you that. There's nothing that says anything about that. Then I just found a key. There's nothing that tells you anywhere you have to find a key in order to go past this first level.
And just to be completely clear, this is back in the old days before we had like Wikipedia and stuff where you could look up stuff.
Or seriously long booklets. Oh my, okay. Been too long since I played. Can I run across this little gap or will I fall to my death?
Here we go.
Wee. Oh good, yeah, I can't run over it. Okay, that works.
Man.
Look at the stellar graphics, all the 32-bit, man.
Well, I mean, just looking at this, I gotta hand it to Wario. There are a few tools that he had that were definitely ahead of his time. I mean, you got the block breaking from the opposite direction. I think Mario didn't get that for a while until you had the drill.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I think, yeah, really, that's kind of like Mario Galaxy. I think you're right. I think it's the first time they allowed it. Anyway, so I got the treasure, I got a bunch of stuff, I got the key, I can leave now. By the way, my favorite music in the entire game is when you get the key.
One thing that's interesting is if you compare this with the new, you know, the Wii Wario Land game, it's pretty similar. I mean, you figure if you turn this into color and like, cell shade it, that's pretty much the game.
Yeah, it is. No, seriously, and in Wario Land, Shake It for the Wii, it's Wario trying to get treasure. What do you know? Anyways, this is in between. When you in between levels, you get the option of going here. Basically, what you do, you get to gamble on coins and getting extra hearts. Which I'm gonna tell you, you may lose all your coins. It doesn't matter. It's worth trying to get extra hearts. And how it works is, you have all these question mark bats. You have to pick which one has your coins in it. Hey, I got it right the first try. Look at that. I was meant to win, and look what it does. It took my coins and multiplied them by 10. I'm gonna exit now.
Sharp.
Alright, now between each stage those close up. Now you get a chance to win hearts. And you can win hearts based off of coins you bet. So that's why you have to have so many stinking coins. So I'm gonna bet 300. That gives you the most possible chance of getting hearts. And basically what this becomes, you have to jump back and forth between the different levels, grabbing the different things you want. This takes a little bit of concentration. I can't talk too much while I'm doing this.
No problem.
Because if you hit one of the bats, you lose hearts.
Oh man. I'm kind of feeling a bit. I mean, well, a Chaos Emerald? What? Wow.
That's basically, oh, I'm going to miss this one. No. Yep, that hurts. Should have done it. Boo, that means I'm not going to get as many.
Well, now I'm dying to see you get 50 rings. I mean, I know I can't get off the Sonic kick, but sheesh.
Yeah, when I first saw that, Ian, I thought that's... Oh, sorry. Zealous. That's the first thing I thought of was Sonic. Seriously, Chaos Emeralds. It's the first thing I thought of. And I didn't hardly win anything. Oh, well. Oh, well, my life did go up some. You see that? I went up to 7. I was at 3 lives. Now I'm at 7. I got 4 lives from that. So notice my timer is now reset, down to 0. And this basically tells you how much, if you collected any treasure, how many coins you got total so far, how long it's taking you so far. And now you get to go to level 2. And as you can see, there's 16 levels on a boss.
Oh,
and you have 20 minutes to complete each level. And this is what's really cool about this game.
Your time, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's one of the coolest things about this game. Look what I get to do. I have free roam to go to any level I want at any time and go get more hearts and go get more coins.
Just totally stole the next question. I was going to ask. I was curious how much you could backtrack. I mean, if things were completely linear or not, but
So
wow.
Castlevania.
Yeah.
Just a bit. Feel the hype. Sheesh.
Feel the hype.
Did you just see the glitch there though?
Yeah, it resets the rooms.
Resets the rooms.
The only problem is you lose all your coins after each level, so you don't really get much of a chance to do it, really. I'm assuming since these dudes have spears and spikes, I don't have... Oh, by the way, what you're seeing right, that's another power-up. The potion just levels you up 1 per thing. The Viking helmet there upgrades you immediately the Viking helmet regardless of what you have. And look, a suspicious-looking different block. I wonder what I must do. And look, hidden area.
Okay, so now we're cracking into Doom and Wolfenstein territory.
Yeah, this is the first time I played this game since I was a kid. Like, I don't remember hardly any of this junk.
Wow.
See, I just touched him without actually charging, and it didn't kill me. I was gonna say, it's so confusing what hurts you and what doesn't in this game.
Oh, definitely. And just things you got to keep in mind. I mean, besides level progression, just moving through your obstacles.
Okay.
I mean, all the little sub challenges you can still take and turn around and get. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Like, this is one of the few games that I thought this was the best one in the series, personally.
Take the warp pipe.
Warp pipe. I mean, come on, it's a platforming Nintendo series game. They can't have, like, you know. Oh my goodness, I thought for sure that would hurt me.
Yeah.
He just fell on my head and didn't do anything. That's really pathetic there, Nintendo.
Man, that's tricky. If you get too bold with that, I mean, that'll really start to lull you into some false security. Like how smooth your enemies are. Oh. There you go. A little Legion up there.
Chain run. Oh, wait, I missed something. Give me a second. Hold up. I just realized that. I just missed something. Back to the warp pipe. Too far. So far, this isn't overly difficult, as you can see. I think this is one of those games that more or less we never beat because mostly due to the, oh, that actually hurt me that time. Ow. Stupid dude made me lose my hat.
Oh.
Anyways, I can get that Viking hat back later. Anyways, I just realized there's a secret area over here behind these waterfalls. Hello. Oh, but I can't get him in. Oh, I gotta go all the way back again. Oh, you stupid skull.
Oh.
I can't break him because I have to drop on him.
Now, I'm still wondering why Wario's large power-ups give him steroids and why Mario doesn't.
That's a very good question.
I mean, you just got this blatant, like, block charge. And, like, just imagine, like, the Goombas you could have mowed down and, like, the rest of the Koopas.
That would have been pretty fun, yeah.
Jeesh.
Alright, here we go. Ooh, expert jump.
Right on, right on. And it's still tracking for me in this end. I'm just a little choppy, so I might be just a hair behind of what's actually happening.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I figured you guys would be a little behind.
Yep. Okay. So, would you say each stage is usually, I mean, the same length, or? I mean,
I'd say relatively. I think
they varied a lot.
they varied it. I mean, some were kind of similar. Like, obviously, you see this level is taking a whole lot longer than the first one.
Right.
Now, here's the next power-up you're going to see here. You now get what appears to be a seahorse head as a hat, and apparently it can breathe fire. I'm not too sure how that works. How a seahorse head as a hat makes you breathe fire out of it, I don't know. But yeah. The reason I took it is because I need it for the. Because what's cool about it, when you destroy people with the fire hat, it turns them into hearts. Whereas if you rush them with the Viking helmet, it turns them into coins. That's the difference. Oh, the other thing you have to be worried with too is that this takes away your charge function. You only now have fire breath. Well, fire hat, whatever. Fire something.
Wow, you gotta finish your Pokemon element and get your Hyper Beam, and you lose your Tackle.
And treasure number 2.
Sweet.
Still can run though.
So I'm noticing that key that's still in your inventory. How long do those stay around, or they just?
At the end of the level.
Yeah, it's the end of the level.
Okay.
See, here it is at the end.
Gotcha. I just missed when you actually picked it up on this part.
Oh, it was back in the background, probably.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Might have been one of the times where your thing chopped. Alright, now I'm probably not going to get coins this time, just to warn you ahead of time. Playing the bonus game, I'm gambling my things away. Oh, nope, I got a skull. Oh, it was the same one again. That's really garbage. Alright, I'm going to lose all my coins now. Oh, that was the same one 3 times in a row.
Wow.
Oh, that's horrible. Alright, last chance. Now all my coins are gone. Oh, man. Fourth one, you failed me. Fourth bat, you have failed me.
Brutal.
Oh, well, I don't need any hearts anyways. I can't go get any. I have no coins to bet. That's the gamble you run, but it's worth it trying to get hearts, so that's why it's like, hey, in my opinion. I have 8 lives. I'm not really worried about it. Oh, yes, the obligatory underwater level.
Besides teaching our kiddies some lovely gambling habits.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just a video game. Never do it in real life, kids. It's not worth the money.
I always love the Jason sharks.
Oh, yeah.
You mean with the masks?
Shark with a Jason mask and a chainsaw for her face.
Win. I mean, you know, look at this. I mean, you've even got, at least back in the other part, you had an early attempt at, like, backlighting. I mean, just by, layering, like, 2D palettes of light. It's funny.
You know what I love about this, though? I mean, seriously, the little hidden area, that looks like that's the surface of the water. Then I go up, and then I'm underwater again. I mean, they didn't have to show little waving water on top to make it me think I'm underwater. The fact that I'm swimming around, little bubbles are coming out of me is enough to figure out the fact that I'm underwater. Oh, I remember these dudes. Stinking sharks. I hated these things.
We had to have our obligatory 3D effect.
Yep. Shark coming out and biting.
I see why this would give you a headache, playing it from the other perspective. I mean, how far did that thing jump out at you when you actually, like, had the visor on?
Not a whole lot.
You felt like it was, like, gonna hit your eyes. Like, you know, you ever like, done that trick where someone, like, hey, look at this, and, like, they, like, put their eye, like, they have you watch your, like, have them watch your finger, and they get, like, real close to your nose and stuff, how it makes it feel. That's kind of what it felt like. Don't eat me. Don't eat me. No, no, no. I probably don't need to come. Oh, it's just 2 hearts. That figures. All that for that. Go, go. And swimming up is so stinking slow.
Oh, man.
Oh, I forgot. You can press the jump button. Okay. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was close again. Don't lose the flame hat. It's very effective in this water level. But again, how is a good old Mario, good old Nintendo trick, fire working underwater? But you know, whatever.
Is that hot?
Well, I guess technically he is a seahorse.
That fire's magma.
Oh, and I lost it, and I got it back.
Well, that was one thing I always noticed too with this game, is there was power-ups everywhere. You know, because like in the original Mario's, there was like maybe 1 or 2 on a level.
Yeah.
On these, they're like all over the place.
Oh yeah, I mean the frequency's wild. Like some of those things in Mario, you'd be happy just to see one after going over an obstacle course. Shoot.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, look at this room. I mean, with the heart. Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm at 9 lives now.
Man.
You like the next room? Burn, Jason Fish. Burn.
Man, most of the ones like that in Mario, you'd have to get the POW option to do the coin convert. Which reminds me, is there anything that resembles the POW in this game, or is it?
Not that I can remember.
All right.
There may have been, but like I said, not that I remember. I barely hit that fish. I almost bit that fish, seriously. Well, the fish almost bit me, I should actually say, but...
Get that catfish.
I think this is the longest time we've played this game without having a headache.
That is extremely true. That's a good way of looking at it. Ooh, Chaos Emerald.
Sheesh.
Because I mean, it is true. It was true. You know what they said about the headaches. You would get like this, like felt like a spike going through your temple and between your eyes.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget asbestos. They need to do a study on this.
Well, and the thing is, it was tough, you know, because especially when you have this as a kid, because you know how
Yeah.
competitive you are as a kid. You want to beat this so
Oh,
bad,
yeah, you want the
and
goal.
you're like, oh, headache! I gotta beat this game. Go away.
I thought that might be. Okay, I think it's the secret area over here I gotta go to.
Oh, we were tougher then. Hey, a bit of a dynamics change. Looks like here comes the end.
Wait. Got it.
Right on.
Everyone's like, "Wait, I think that has to be something." I mean, I thought it was, and I was right.
Because you'd have to go back and forth, and you had to literally find the key and had to find the secret item for every level.
Oh man. I mean that's just back and forth to a new degree. Another thing I'm noticing here, I can't help but keep harping on Sonic here, and I'm just wondering about all the illusions. I mean the rotating like spike balls. I mean, what was that? Sonic and Knuckles or Sonic 3?
Sonic and Knuckles. I think it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles both.
Man.
It's very much like a hybrid of Mario and Sonic.
Don't fail me,
Yeah.
number 4. Number 4, you keep failing me. Stop it. Seriously, and it was that one again. Seriously, I think they hate me. No, okay. What's gonna happen here? I'm gonna pick that one eventually, and then it's not gonna be it, and then I'm gonna be really mad. Here we go. Last chance to bet coins. Nope. You realize that means that 7 times in a row it wasn't that one. That's really bad.
What a
Whatever.
boss.
Next
Let's
level.
remember, first role playing video games, it's the computer and the computer cheats.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we're getting ready for our
Always.
first boss fight. First boss fight. Here we go.
Dum, dum, dum. So I'm looking here at the release date. This hit around 1995.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah, about 95. And so I know the Sonic arc was more than going by then. I mean, that was what 91 and onwards.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Gotta love the boss music. I wonder how I beat this guy. I kind of forget.
That's it.
No, that's not the boss.
I know.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about this guy. Ah, run! Oh, that's how it works. Okay. Figures I'm already
No.
little.
Now I'm gonna be honest. When you dropped down here, I was assuming you were about to fight Kraid from Metroid.
That's how you beat him. That's not too hard, I guess. Unless he starts doing something different.
Man, this stuff hasn't left you. Look at it. You see it's coming. Sheesh.
Hee hee. That's hit number 2. The average boss fight takes 3 to 4 hits.
Yep.
Back in this day, anyways. Unless you're playing like Simpsons Arcade. That took like forever and a day. Ooh, he's getting faster.
There you go. Just murderous with the Sonic illusions here. You even got the chain ball.
Oh!
on.
I hung in the air too long. Boo! Oh, at least it gives me a full-size guy. Now I know what I'm doing, just to run.
Well, fair enough. You regroup and you go for it. But still, that's like a miniature, Sonic 1's very first boss. Oh, wow.
It's actually Sonic 1's first boss inverted.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's one good way of putting it.
Instead of having the chain ball underneath, it's above.
I wonder. I know I'm probably just getting ahead of myself a bit here, but the boss battles. I mean, did they all have like just distinct environments, or
I think so. I
Same issue.
think they're a little bit different each one.
Oh man, I'm just looking at that. I bet that water was murderous on your eyes, like looking at it in the visor with the 3D effect.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was.
kinda.
Oh, it's horrible.
Alright, here comes number 3. Can't believe I died to this guy the first time, really?
Hey, it's good. It's good. Shaking the rust off.
I figure you haven't played this game in a decade, so.
I think he's dead. Yep, he did. I need a key. Oh, I forgot about this. Ah, get the coins. Get them. It's raining coins.
Perfect. Just
It's
need to
raining
rack up
coins.
damn
All right.
that.
Wow, 527 just from that. Oof.
Win.
And the key.
Man, hefty bonus.
Alright, let's see if number 4 keeps failing me here.
Back to the slots.
I have a lot I can do this time. Ay, ay, ay. Already lost one.
You should have just gone to the hearts.
Why?
You have more than enough coins.
Ooh, got it. There we go. 2,630 now. That's lots more hearts.
You just love your tens.
I just like getting lots of stuff. Here we go. Now to get the hearts and well, most of the chaos emeralds will give you the most.
I love it. You can call them Chaos Emeralds now.
Ooh, double jump.
If you get a wall jump, I will call Mega Man X for a copyright infringement. There you go, there you go. That's good. I mean, at least you can create. It seems you can at least create a surplus of extra lives. Pretty easy.
Yep. Hey, look, I'm up to 14 now.
Man.
15. There we go. Level 5. Ah, the forest. I kind of remember the forest a little bit. Not too much. Ooh, that didn't look good. I think I hit him just in time. Oh, I remember those stupid bird things. I hated these things. They track you and everything. They were so annoying. Woo!
Man, and this was a pretty good trick too. I mean, I know a lot of games like this would just stick within 10 levels or so, but this goes to like 15 and beyond, man.
Yeah, now I got a fire hat though. They're done. Hey, look, there's a suspicious pair of eyes in that tree. I wonder if that's going to be an enemy.
Nah.
I wonder if I'm supposed to go up this ladder. Ooh! Woo! Woo! Oh, what is this thing? I forgot. Oh, I forgot about the dragon shooter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what the power-up is? It's an eagle. Like, seriously, the statue is an eagle and it gives you a dragon fire. How random is that?
Yep, I'm just catching up to it on this end. Oh, wow. Okay, so this kind of wins. I mean, I kind of feel like you just combined Hadouken and Shoryuken in one motion.
Kinda, yeah. Oh my goodness, this thing is broken.
Wow. You can go through Optic, man. That's sharp.
No kidding. Seriously, this thing is broken. Oh my
Holy
goodness.
cow.
Huh? Oh, and this one gives me the bump too on the ground so I can get things off the ground.
Wow. So all these a lot of these blocks that are coming up, like these little spots. I mean, if you didn't have that hat, would there be other ways of getting at those, or?
I think so. I can't say for certain, but I think so. That would make sense.
Yeah, you think. But I don't know. Logic isn't always a strong suit.
When you have a hat that looks like an eagle and turns into a
Oh, I never got. You can fly with it.
Wow. Man. Down. At this point in Sonic, Endless Abyss would be waiting for you. You'd probably be restarting. Just realize, why do those things look like Furbies?
They kind of do. That was purely a guess I just did there. Ooh, do I risk... Oh, wait.
Oh, this is pretty loaded.
Best power-up ever.
Look at this. So good.
Oh, and also I just looked up. Those are all the power-ups in the game.
Oh, really?
Yep. You have the bullhorn. You have the sea dragon, and you have the air dragon.
Oh, gosh.
And that is it.
So here we are. You're equivalent to 7 and 50. 7 cast emeralds, 50 rings.
There's another one.
Whoa, flying spike Furbies. I mean, man, if you had National Virtual, I mean, I know you probably would have quit like 4 or 5 times by now.
Oh, you have no idea.
But I mean, you know, just I can't help but think of other platformers and trying to kind of get beyond the Sonic kick. And watch this. I mean, it's got a looks like it has a pretty fun progression to it. I mean, you keep things from being monotonous by some like your enemies and power-ups and whatnot, and then you always have in the back of your mind, hey, you know, I have these other things I can backtrack for, or like mini games. That's great. That's replay value.
Like I said, this is, to me, like, when I think of the Virtual Boy, I think of this, and I think of Telero boxing. And that's what comes to my mind.
Although Mario Tennis wasn't too bad either.
Mario Tennis was pretty good, too. I should say that, too. Yeah, Mario Tennis was pretty good, too.
Weren't
But, I
there
mean, if
other
you think
Mario?
about it, what always struck me as odd is there really is no reason for this to be 3D. I mean,
Other than the gimmick, basically.
other than the gimmick, there really is no reason for this to be 3D. I mean, because, like, you can't tell me they can't do the foreground-background thing outside of the Virtual Boy.
Oh, I mean, easily.
I mean, we had that on, what was that? Not King of Fighters? Was that King of Fighters we had that?
Think.
We had
Maybe, yeah.
Okay? So, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do that on, like, the Super Nintendo, which would have been out at this time.
Yeah.
There's no reason you shouldn't have been able to release this on the Super Nintendo.
And I mean, with that in mind, it's kind of surprising you haven't seen a port of this. I mean, any of our recent systems, you've had so many of the Mario games, I mean, redone, or poked at again. I mean, and some of the new Mario's have been fantastic. I think, I don't know, something like this could have a lot of potential. It's just one of those games that it was always talked about a lot. Like everyone would say, "Oh, you played Wario Land or whatever." I said, "No, I don't want to have a splitting headache." But,
That's pretty much what everyone's fun. I don't want to have a headache.
man. That's messed up. There's something you have to do to your head by being immersed in red for this long.
Oh yeah. Well, and believe me, you would see red for a long time after.
Oh yeah, you would. Oh yeah, you would.
Just like you like look around and everything would have a red tint to it. Like,
Yeah, like you have to have like an intervention for yourself. Like I'm seeing red. I'm seeing red. Why won't the red go away?
Let's keep those eyes open.
Yeah, keep those eyes open.
Oh, bless you, Konshu. That was you.
yeah, thank you.
Yep.
But yes, I mean it was fun, and what was odd for us too is we own this system. You know, it came out. We said it came out in '95.
Yeah.
We probably owned it in what? I want to say we probably owned it maybe '96, '97.
Yeah, we owned it for a couple years. Yeah.
No, but I mean that's when we first picked it up. So
Yeah, we
it
picked it up a
had
couple
been,
years later. Yeah.
It had been done. I mean, like the Virtual Boy Come was finished, and then we bought it. So it was a little bit weird for us as well because it was like, you know, like it's like it'd be like now buying like a Super Nintendo. Like, you know, it's done. And it was kind of disappointing in some ways because you'd play some games like this, and you'd be like, you know, this is pretty cool. Like, I wish they would bring, some more games out. And you knew that they were never going to.
That's the worst part. You know, that actually ties in, some of the popular reception I heard about this. I know, what was it, like N64 magazine.
Oh, here's the key.
And a few others during the time, and done a review, and we're talking about it. And I remember, all the critics that they were really harping on, especially about Virtual Boy, was, oh, there's lack of selection. And oh, well, yeah, there's Wario Land, but there's nothing else here. Players, need more. There needs to be, extra options and everything. So,
But then release more games.
pretty simple solution. Thank you. It's kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, I think in a lot of ways this title really seems to kind of
Man, this is tricky. Holy cow.
maybe pushing the pinnacle of being a Virtual Boy, but
Finally, got everything. Okay, I'm gonna start heading back to the exit
there
now.
you go. This place was loaded.
No kidding.
Well, you can see kind of and you can see kind of the as you alluded to before. This is like a mixture of Super Mario, Sonic, and Castlevania.
Yep.
And one of the things that I always thought was interesting when they brought the 3DS out is I wonder, I would have loved to have been in the meeting when the person pitched the 3DS. With the bad history they had with the Virtual Boy, like you can just imagine one of the execs pipe up. What I think we need to do? We need to go to 3D. What?
We tried that.
We already tried that before. It failed miserably.
Oh man. But
Did you just see that? Did you
Yes,
see
I
that?
did.
yeah, we got it.
That's
Of all the different times you try it for, and then you don't try it, and it's there.
at least I have 100 coins to spend now.
Yeah. And with like the Japanese, how prim and proper and how reserved they are. I think that's why it took them almost a decade to go back to 3D.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think, games, especially at this time, even now in a way, you tend to, get your horse and just stick with it. I mean, I think one of my favorites, the Armored Core series, is a perfect example of that. Found a formula for Armored Core 3, and for goodness sake, they stuck with that for a long time.
For what, 4 games?
Oh, well, let's see. You had AC3, you had AC3 SL, Nexus, Ninebreaker, Last Raid. Yeah, I mean, at least 5 titles, not counting portable releases. You had 4 in the front, and then I'm just gonna shut up before I get into AC3. Anyway, back to. Oh boy. But no, that is a common thing, and I think as you're getting at, Nintendo definitely had some ground to cover improving 3D, especially going full 3D with the platform could really be viable. That is something people would want as an experience. And it's a tough sell, I mean, I think it's like today selling 3D TVs versus an HD TV. I know some people are saying, oh, I don't want to be bothered with all the extras.
Holy cow, I died.
Give me an HD, but
Man, that was fast.
But see, here's my thing. Like I said about this game is perfectly fine if it was released in 2D.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a big fan of 3D. Like 3D movies and stuff. It just doesn't do anything for me. I mean, it doesn't add much to the experience. I mean, to me, in some ways, it almost detracts from the experience.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like you saw in like the first couple levels where the swinging spike ball comes out of your face.
Yeah.
That almost like reinforces, hey, you're playing a video game. It kind of like pulls you out of
Video game land.
Yeah, it pulls you out of your suspension of disbelief is usually what the term they use. And that's why to me it almost like hinders the experience in some ways.
Yeah, I'd like to hear the arguments and other counter arguments for it. I mean, I think it's a viable topic. I mean, as you're kind of getting at, in some ways it can be excessive. One thing I did. One thing I think we like to do as kids is you had like your 2D background.
I need you guys some help here for a second. I'm so stuck. I am so stuck. I don't know what I'm doing.
Come on, man. This is not a Silver Surfer level.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't remind me.
Speaking of which, I did beat one of those, Ian.
Sick.
One Silver Surfer level. It beat. I think it was like the Aqua guy or whatever, like the water level dude. Seriously, like how do I get? I can't go down on that stream without getting killed.
Let's see here.
What do I gotta do here?
Is there another little entryway you can go into before? I'm kind of chopping around. I wish I could follow you.
Oh, I know what to do now. Punk. Seriously, just punks. That's all they are. Haha! Eat it! I don't have Viking. Looking for a way to get to the back platform. I know it's gotta be here somewhere. Warp pipe.
There you go. Yeah, like you were saying earlier, Fist, some of it is just excessive. I think some of the early fun with games like this was having a 2D plane and letting your imagination kind of fill in the rest. We didn't need it in your face saying, oh, just remember.
Yeah, you do.
Cool effects. Hey, the frogs from earlier. Love those. Some more background action and hearts and coins. Oh, you just went through that was a background door, wasn't it?
Yep.
Wow. Heard you like doors. Put a door behind your door. While you door.
A door inside of a door inside of a door?
Whoa. Thank you. Whoa. About to ask, where's the Inception from somebody?
That's what I'm talking about. Now I got it.
Cleared out. Only you had your Flaming Eagle Hadouken Dragon flying.
I got it back and I just lost it again.
Oh no, I'm just seeing it. Yeah.
Oh, and I died again.
Dun.
And this is the part about the game that I always hated. Once you die, guess where you have to go.
And see, really, this is where it started to kick your butt.
Yeah.
This is where it started to get seriously hard, and this is why we could never beat it.
Well, I think that was one of the tough things about, 90s era gaming. It's just those restarts. I mean, before you had a memory card and whatnot. Oh Lord.
Yeah, they were pretty cruel.
Well, we loved it. I mean, we invented all kinds of tricks. You remember your parents would call you that dinner you didn't want to go, and you turn off the TV and you switch everything off, but you still leave your console on. And you'd have the light.
Oh
on.
yeah. Who didn't do that?
Of course not.
No, I'm not playing video games anymore.
Oh no, just chilling, I think the last game I remember doing that with was, dang it, was kind of like Primal Fury. It was something on Sega that had to do with giant anthropomorphic things. I can't remember.
Oh, that's right. That's why.
Yeah, it's the flame plus the eagle.
Flame first, that's why. If you just get the eagle, you just have an eagle. But if you get the eagle and the flame orb, you get a dragon.
Huh. Making headway. Man, Mario's got a huge butt. Mario had to put way more oomph on that.
And this was the originator of the butt stomp.
Yep. Good old Z, as was noted, the Z button in Mario 64.
Oh, wow. I mean, okay, I can see this. If you had, especially if you had it like in the Virtual Boy Visor, this like vertigo almost from going
Oh,
through
this
the
was
fire.
so messy.
Oh, this is just bad.
No, the worst one was the, what was the space shooter?
Oh, which one?
Atlas?
Red Alert or Atlas?
Maybe it was Red Alert. Oh, that was so messy.
Where everything was just lines?
Yeah, everything was just
Yeah, that's
line.
Red Alert. Yeah, that game is bad.
Oh, you would just like, it's like instant headache. Like, you couldn't go like 5 minutes without getting a headache in that game.
And now that I think about it, I remember one of the very things that drove me away from the system. I remember when I was younger, me and a bunch of my friends, we'd all be out of Blockbuster. They had like the free demo. You could always download this thing and try it. I just remember kids taking turns seeing who could last the longest without getting headaches.
Yeah.
And I was like, why?
Why would you do that?
I win.
Yeah.
I would so win that contest. I went 2.5 hours, didn't have a headache.
You had 2.5 hours of this?
Yep.
That's,
Remember, I'm not really human.
not true.
There's been many debates about that, where my planet of origin is, but
Hence the name, Mr. Pond. Yeah, I'd instantly be down in this waterfall. But hey, these hidden blocks here. I know I mentioned something like this earlier, but like, how would you have found something like that in the middle of the waterfall without that hat?
probably wouldn't have.
You wouldn't.
Wow. See, and that's such a contrast to Mario. Like, things wouldn't hold out on you like that. If there was a hidden block, you'd run into it. Sometimes you wouldn't want to, given, but still.
I mean, like the ones above the openings.
Oh.
Like, oh, hidden block and you're dead.
Those were venom. Nothing short of it. Man, oh man, oh man. It's
All right,
funny.
now I'm back. Sorry, a little bit of a delay there.
No problem, no problem. And I know these are, timed each stage and whatnot, but if you take that away, and if you just think about the escape timer and the intro timer, it reminds me of Metroid a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna pause it here for a second. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go do something real quick. You guys can
Sure.
keep chatting.
Sure.
I'm gonna go on to the be right back. I'll put it on hold here. Enjoy the elevator music.
ERB. Yeah, I can should take this time to get some aspirin. So peaceful. It's cool. I mean, you got a running log of your treasures and updates you catch, which is awesome. I know Metroid always had something similar. You know, it was always cool to go in your menu and check out. Okay, I have various soup. I have I got the wave. I got extended. Oh, I missed the screw attack. Should go back somewhere and get that.
Let me ask you. Do you think that with only there being 4 power-ups, do you think that's too little?
I mean, obviously you hit the ceiling really quick for the power-ups. I mean, in some ways, I think just for the length of the levels, like, I mean, this is what, like, there's, like, what, the 3rd or 4th?
We're on the 5th
like,
level, I think.
5th? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Kind of jump around and missed it. I feel bad now.
You're on the 5th level of 15.
Yeah, right, 5th, 15. I mean, if you've hit the ceiling so early at that point, I mean, you're about, what, a third of the way through.
Right.
I would, personally, just as a gamer, I would still be looking down the road for, like, that big power-up at level 10.
Right.
Or beyond. You always had that extra something to push you through at the end, but, so be it.
Well, but if you think about it, I mean, if you go back to, like, Super Mario 1,
Yeah.
in Super Mario 1, you had the Fire Flower and the Star. That was it.
Point taken. That kind of makes me wonder. I mean, have we just been conditioned at this point to just be expecting some kind of heroic power-up near the end? I really wonder.
Yeah, because you figure, like, I mean, that we get all those within what? That's the 2nd level. You get the Fire Flower.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just part of the cool factor we expect. I mean, I think gamers can...
Alright, I'm back, guys.
Hey, welcome back. I think gamers can deal with having, your power-ups and whatnot, but there's just something cool about getting that huge boost near the end. Pastor Monish, we were talking about power-ups and the power-up ceiling that you hit really fast. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff in the background. That you seem to hit really fast in this game. You're saying... good thing, bad thing. I mean, that you've hit it so fast, or would you still be expecting something else by like level 10, level 11, level 15? I mean,
I don't know. I think at this point I'd pretty much know what I'm gonna get into at this point. But then again, I kind of thought the same thing in the original Mario games too.
But let me interject too. If you did, like, say for instance we got like an ice power or something later on. What would you expect from that? I mean, if we got an ice power, what do you expect you would have to do as a player?
Freeze something.
yeah.
You'd have to go back to like level 4 or something.
Yep.
And so, I mean, in a way, I'm kind of glad. I mean, because if you think about it, with the way it's set up here, because if you think about it at this point, if you forgot one of the items you're supposed to have, it's a slog to get all the way back.
It is.
Because imagine if you're on like level 10 and you gotta go back to level 2. You're like,
I really don't want to think about that.
forget it, I'm done.
I think that'd be most people, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the completionist part of coming out and being a gamer. I mean, naturally, you say, well, what would happen if I went back and used this at X and X point? So, valid, very valid. And I think
there is
that
a cheat you can do to have a level select, but
Really?
that's not widely known.
X.
To hacks. This is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, solid check I was seeing in the background. But Yeah, I would think by late game that point you'd just be concerned with, finishing.
You'd be
Period.
like, all right, I'm done. Let's just finish this game. I don't care if I miss one of them.
Oh,
And that would just make your headache all the worse.
Head explode.
No!
Head
Just
explode.
not make it.
if you think about just the concept of scaling power-ups then, as opposed to gradual or just hitting the ceiling quick, and again, I'm going to bring Metroid up as a prime example of that. Here you have a game where you could clear really quick, but you had a lot of power-ups that were stretched out in a lot of stages, and some you could only get late game.
Right.
But the amazing part about that is all of the dense areas we had to explore. Okay, you had Brinstar, Norfair, and whatnot, and you had Mother Brain's Lair, but it wasn't a pain to go back. You didn't mind.
It was laid out. I mean, it was
True.
laid out with like a central, shaft station where
Yep.
you could go, easily between areas. Whereas here, I mean, the only way you could do it is if you could have the elevator just go straight up and down.
Yep.
Like if you could choose in your elevator, go up to go all through the levels in the elevator. Yeah, you could do that.
Whoa. Never seen that before. I think I've definitely made it further than I ever made it before in the original game.
There you go.
And I love the little horn guys to make sure you can't butt stomp them.
Yeah.
Like, ow! Ow!
But yeah, it's faster. It's probably because you haven't taken a whole bottle of aspirin by now.
Or I've just gotten that much better since I was 12.
Oh snap!
You're just thinking of themselves, though.
That's deep.
You got a dress.
Congratulations, you got a new colored tunic. Sorry, Prince. Sorry, Mario. The princess is another castle. No!
Okay.
Well, the one thing that always threw me about this level is I was expecting from Super Mario 2, the evil faces.
Yeah, I was too. When I saw them, I thought the same thing. The stupid sun.
Oh god.
I hated that dumb sun. I really did.
Because they're all over the place, and you're halfway expecting like one of them to come off the wall and come chase after you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what I gotta do? Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, riding the jet stream here.
Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? No, I already got the key, I already got the power up, I don't need something else. I'm done. I have the key, I have the treasure item, I'm not gonna worry about finding some random thing to get more hearts. I already have 19 lives.
Now, I noticed they don't do it stage by stage. It seems like you can cash in your coins and whatnot to get bonuses, but is there, I don't know if you've seen it, is there any kind of tally near in-game, or like how many hearts you got, or whatever else, or?
I don't know, other than, you can tell me how many hearts you got based on how many lives, that's kind of your general gauge. Other than that, you really don't know. I mean, they keep track of your lifetime coins, but that's about it.
Yeah, it
You're
made me
killing me,
wonder.
Bats. You're killing me.
I always wonder if something like that would have an influence on ending. That's the thing, too. This game have multiple endings?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, based on your treasure,
Wow.
yes.
Wow.
Yes, if you have all the treasure, you get one ending. If you have just most of the treasure, you get a good
Woo! I basically tripled my coins. Alright, let's go get some hearts here. Bet 300. Nil. Okay, no.
Good stuff. So, I don't know if you remember during the first playthrough, for either one of you, but did you ever just grind coin exclusively or heart exclusively, or did you always split your time between each?
I'm always mostly focused on hearts, even like right now. I realize hearts were the most worth it because they gave you extra lives.
Really, most of the time when I played, I never bothered with the coin game. I just went straight for the hearts.
Sweet! Awesome!
I was like, I don't need to gamble on it.
That's right. That's right. Perfect on the 300 bet.
I mean, because if you pick up enough stuff throughout the level, you really don't need to bet.
Nope. Well, as you can see, I'm now at 26 lives. I mean, yeesh.
That's a huge surplus.
Alright, well, here. I don't think I'm going to go the full length of the game this playthrough. I think I'm going to divide it in half. I think I'm going to go half through this time around and go through the other half another night.
That makes sense. I mean, you know, pace yourself. You're gonna help my pills here anyway.
Pills here.
Pills here.
Automatic pause.
Pause, pause, pause. Pause, pause, pause.
Alright, pause that.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to save it right there. I think I have a save state here. I think I can pick. I think so. Supposed to be able to.
By the way, I'm digging the Wasteland effect for it just shows I've watched too much anime. I thought we were in Hueco for a moment.
Well, anyway, so, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much going to be the Virtual Boy here, going through Wario Land here the first time through. As I was joined by, like, Konshu. So it's got to get your thoughts. I'll go with Konshu first. You saw the game. You remember you played the game like I did when we were kids and stuff. And do you see anything new now you didn't notice maybe when you were young? I realized you weren't as young as I was. Like I said, I was like 11 and 12 when I played this. So whereas you were, what made you like 16 and 17?
Yeah.
So I mean, do you realize anything? I mean, you're a little older then. Do you notice anything different now maybe than before?
I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe the power-up thing I noticed. And I guess looking back at it now, I noticed just how needless the 3D is.
Yeah.
You know, like at the time, it was like, this is like totally cool. Like, it's so
look at the 3D.
Whereas now, you know, looking back for it, I'm like, yeah, that's not a big deal. That could have been like on a 2D game. I think that's what I take away from it the most. And just like we were talking about earlier, like the design decisions about to make it a linear game rather than more like a Metroid game. I think those are really the only things that I take away from it. That you know, as a kid, I wasn't thinking about design decisions. I wasn't thinking about those kind of things when I was that age. Whereas now, sometimes I do. I go, you know, why did they do it that way?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Zealous, how about your perspective? First time seeing the game, what do you think? And well, not just the game and the system both. You know, kind of how the system works.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as I was saying near the beginning of the stream, as an outsider looking in, so to speak, this is a bit of a treat. You know, I never got into Virtual Boy a whole lot during the mid-'90s era and everything, and I just kind of looked at this from afar. Now, Wario Land always looked like a blast, but actually seeing it as a platformer now, looking at it, comparing it to other things, the time, especially the Mario games, the Sonic games, and some of the other platformers we'd seen, I think you can see elements that were some borrowed elements, like a lot of things, but there's just a lot of fun features here. As far as innovation, like an innovative step, I mean, for 95, I just comparing this to what else was on the market, I know I'm fuzzy in a few things, forgive me for everyone out there if I'm missing something, but for the most part, I could see why this would make a pretty good push. I mean, combining so many elements, using your foreground, using your background, using all the different types of traps, the varying enemies, the treasure system, being able to backtrack, non-linear gameplay, so on and so forth. Had some fun elements working, and I think those are some great things that not only lend to replay value, but that also just lend to the quality, the whole experience. It makes me kind of wish, in retrospect, just comparing a game like this, where obviously you got a pretty decent amount of content to go through, I mean, for a platformer, that you'd have something that wouldn't give you a headache. I think that's an absolute crime. It's just watching it. I mean, I kind of want to jump in myself. I mean, it looks like a blast, but again, I kind of felt the console or what this got ported to might have limited it. in a way.
In a
I
way.
would, I would love to see this rehash. I would love to see this reported or done today. Now, it'd be hilarious if they had everything with a red tinge to it again, but even then, I think this would make a great report or something people would love to play.
Well, one thing we have to take into consideration too that I just remembered.
Mm.
This was marketed basically as a third system for you.
Oh, okay.
Because if you think about it,
Mention.
at the time, you would have your main system like your Super Nintendo or your Genesis. You'd have your second system like a Game Boy or a Game Gear.
Game Gear.
This was
By the
really-
way, for those of you on the stream here, you're wondering about this, those of you watching for future video purposes, after the Virtual Boy, I'm going to the Game Gear library next.
Yeah. So I
All
mean,
of
so
that.
you those were like givens. This was like basically Nintendo trying to pitch you a third system. I mean, like even for instance today, if you think about it, if Nintendo right now came out with a third system to run at the same time, beside the Wii and the 3DS,
Mm.
how good of a reception would that get?
Point taken. Point taken. You know, in a way, I think one thing that some of these groups want to avoid with some of their player base is just maybe spreading them too much, or just too much of a load on things. I would think, at least logically, when you have a centered console or a center market you're pushing, most of your AAA titles are going to be for that. But then when you have a lot of peripheral systems, it then becomes a question. Well, how is this best going to be displayed? How can we get this across the biggest audience? And looking at Virtual Boy and as that third option, like you're saying, I think it's a neat light to look at it in, and just for the time. So
Cool. Yeah. Well, anyways, like I said, that'll be the first half of the very first playthrough on my stream. Also, the plan is to go through a lot of the Virtual Boy library. My plan is to go through all the games that we owned. Now, granted, like Wario Land, I plan on playing all the way
Water
through.
World.
Oh gosh, that game. But no, this is my plan is go through. I want to play all the way through Wario Land because I think it's meriting a full playthrough.
It's the best.
It
of all
is.
It's the best one
It
in
is
me.
literally
is.
the best. I mean, it is like the diamond in the rough here.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like the one out of all the games from the Virtual Boy, that would be the only one I would say you really should play this.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, at the time, the graphics, it's black and red. I get it. All right, and it's supposed to be 3D, so you really can't see that. But granted, I'd rather not have the headaches and just play it in a flat screen.
But you also have to take consideration too. This was at the same time as the Game Boy was one color.
That's true.
yeah,
So you
That's
say,
true.
well, it's just black and red. Well, the Game Boy was just gray and a different shade of gray.
That's true. Well, actually, at this time, might have been the Game Boy Color. At this point, maybe.
It would be really early.
It'd be early on. Well, anyways, thing is, though, I mean, the gameplay is fun. The power-ups are fun. The enemies are
Definitely.
fun. I mean, the learning curve is a little steep at the very beginning because you don't know what can hurt you, what can't hurt you, which is still very annoying. Even as you saw on that one level, I didn't know what could hurt me still. And what was other thing was cool is the controls, very tight controls. The running is very smooth. The jumping is very smooth. You can control your jump mid-go. I mean, seriously, it's a very well put together game. Other than the 3D gimmicks, it wasn't for that, the game I'd say would be just about one of the best games there are to play. I mean, as far as a platformer goes, I would actually rank platforming wise. This would actually I put up with Sonic and stuff. I mean, seriously, it's that fun to play and it's that easy to control. Like it's the controls make sense. You know what I mean? When you play games and the controls don't make sense, it's just frustrating because of the way it's designed. Castlevania 2 with we won't go there right now. But that's where you know the difference. The difference between a good game and a bad game, honestly, a lot of times comes down to controls, and the controls in this game are perfect. There's nothing wrong with them. So anyways, so those of you stream monsters out there, if you happen to watch this video, hope you enjoyed it. This is my Konshu here, signing off here, and also Zealous. Say goodbye, fellas.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
All right, and I'll see y'all later. This is Pastor Ponus signing out. See you guys next time.